America Meditating Blog Talk Radio Show. We collect wisdom, hear stories, and inspire each other. I'm Sister Jenna. Tune in live from Monday through Friday at 8 a.m.
The entire world watched.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
And humanity saw that the sky was not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hi, I'm Angela Peabody of Global Woman Peace Foundation, and I listen to America's Meditating Radio Show.
Do you like to meditate? Have you tried to meditate? Have you struggled with meditation? Why don't you visit one of the Brahma Kumaris Meditation Center? Visit brahmakumaris.org. Hello, everyone, and welcome to America Meditating Radio. I'm your host, Sister Jenna, and we're broadcasting from the beautiful Meditation Museum in Tyson's Corner. Can you believe it? 2 museums opening up within 6 months. I think that speaks volumes, and perhaps it really has, for me, the most to do with just the incredible team and the love and the care that everyone shows up with, which is really the key. You found that your greatest relationships, sometimes they come as very gentle teachers, and sometimes they don't come as the nicest teachers in school, rather the school of life. And we sometimes seek resolve in our own ways, or sometimes it finds us. How many of you actually have an animal living with you in your home and have found it to be one of the most comforting, integrating, uplifting, maybe sometimes challenging experiences? You know, we had a wonderful Shih Tzu that we got, I think it was about 2 years ago. Her name was Love. She's no longer with us, but I do remember having Love with us and what that did for everyone. And even when people would come to the Meditation Museum, they would always come in and ask, "Where's Love?" And I go, "It's inside of you." And I remembered how important it was to name our animals like qualities that we wanted to remember. So this year we had the fortunate gift of receiving Happy, and boy, has she lived up to that name. That dog is so happy, we don't know what to do with ourselves. Well, today we're going to have a really nice conversation about how animals can affect us and how even a dog in particular could actually be medicine for the soul and food for the soul. We're going to be talking to Julie Barton shortly, and she's going to be sharing with us her journey of how her pup really brought a lot of life to her, but also how she brought life to her animal and how that became an unfolding story which perhaps might have just changed her life completely. But before we get Julie on the line, I would like us to do what we do best, and that is to meditate. And as we have been doing, sending good wishes and pure vibrations to our brothers and sisters in Europe and just anyone who's been affected by terror and torture, we really empathize and feel that it shouldn't happen. It's the 21st century, everyone. We're supposed to have evolved by now, I believe, and with the tools and the resources that we have, it's becoming very crystal clear to everyone, even the secular society. It is something inside of the mind. It's something going on in the spirit. So if there's a spiritual void, my brothers and sisters, before you go into a violent tirade, please turn inwards. Find someone who's of positive support. There are so many resources in the world today. You're not alone in your challenge at this time. So we want to dedicate this meditation to everyone who's been affected by a moment of darkness. And we'll step in just for a minute from our Just a Minute meditation CD and feel safe.
Feeling safe. Taking just a minute. Like a tortoise, I move into the safety of my inner world and experience a world free from distractions. I feel secure, protected, knowing that I am true to myself. I experience my true value, independent of the influence of others. I now gently step back into my surroundings.
could learn who I am, and I'm sending this message home. Got the angels beside me, children all around me, and the Father is at my feet. Got my fingers in the sockets, diamonds in my pockets, and the mother, she comforts me. Mother, she heard all the lies that these wise men tell, lost in confusion of words they spell. But the truth is so simple, stares you right in the eye, and it's all in the message home. Been touched by beauty and brought to my knees by the grace of your presence when I was in need. And I believe in love, and I believe in me, and I'm sending this message home. Got the angels beside me, children all around me, and the Father is at my feet. Got my fingers in the sockets, diamonds in my pockets, and the mother, she comforts me. Mother, she comforts me. Every time I lose my way and I feel I can't go Got the angels beside me, got the children all around me, got the angels beside me, children all around.
Welcome back to America Meditating. That was Message Home by Lucinda Drayton on her Bliss CD. And you had a chance to experience Feeling Safe from the Just a Minute Meditation CD by Sister JNT. In her new memoir, Dog Medicine, How My Dog Saved Me from Myself, Julie Barton recalls the darkest point in her life. She was a year out of college and she was struggling in the depths of depression, and after receiving a panic phone call, Julie's mother took her from her Manhattan apartment and brought her home to Ohio. Psychiatrists, therapists, friends, and family tried to help Julie, but she just couldn't snap out of it. Ultimately, a fateful decision would change the course of her life. Julie adopted a golden retriever puppy, and Julie's now a mother of two and an animal lover who lives in Northern California. Her writings have been published in numerous publications, including Brainchild Magazine, the South Carolina Review, and Huffington Post. Today, Julie joins us to discuss the anguish of depression and the astonishing way animals can heal even most broken hearts and minds even. Julie, welcome to America Meditating. What a sweet story.
Thank you, Sister Jenna. It's nice to be here.
Mm-hmm. How are you doing now? On top of the world, I'm sure?
I'm doing well. It's been a wonderful journey so far.
It is, isn't it? It's like life is just a continuum. I always tell people, they'll come to me and say, oh, I fixed it. I overcame my anger and I'm great. And then 6 weeks later, they got so upset. I went, why don't we change the languaging? Why don't we say that I've reduced the intensity? And then just see how that works,
Absolutely.
Right?
It's always a journey, and there's ups and downs in every aspect.
I'd love to know about your story and how you finally made a decision to adopt a puppy, which you have said was the life-saving medicine for Julie.
Yes, absolutely. I tumbled backwards into an acute depression when I was 22 years old, and I didn't know what depression was. This was 1996, and as you said, nothing was helping. Therapists, doctors, my parents, going home, nothing helped until I decided to adopt a dog. And it wasn't as if I said, I think maybe on a whim I'll adopt a dog. All my life, animals and nature have really spoken to me and been a source of deep solace. And I had a feeling if I looked, I might find something that could really help me. And I did. I found a golden retriever at a farm in rural Ohio, and there was an instant connection the minute we met. And it was as if, without language, without wrangling labels for all of the emotions I was having, he managed to make me feel less alone. So much of depression is isolation and thinking you're the only one who feels this way and nobody can ever understand. And there was something magical about this animal and how we connected with each other. And I think that there's millions of people in the world who feel this way. I mean, there are 350 million people worldwide who suffer from depression. And for people age 15 to 29, suicide is the second leading cause of death behind car accidents.
You're kidding. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so I think one of the most important things I'm doing as I'm going on the road and talking about this is that it's okay to talk about mental health and mental illness and deep sorrow and fear, and we don't have to feel shame when we talk about it. And healing comes in many different kinds of forms, and it's our responsibility, it's our job to be vulnerable enough to open ourselves up to it, whether it's a dog or writing or music or hiking or meditation. It's our responsibility to let ourselves follow that bliss that we've had once maybe before in our lives and know that that could be a source of healing for us.
You know, when Brene Brown started to talk about vulnerability, she gave, I think, quite a number of people permission to let go of the masks of putting on that smile and trying to let the whole world think that you were okay, and inviting us to just be authentic and truthful as to where we were, knowing that that was a part of the healing process, right? Yeah, I want to talk about the book, Dog Medicine. You talk about your love of animals and nature, even as a child, as you just mentioned. But you made special connections with Bunker, who's the name of your golden retriever. Mm-hmm. Does everyone have the ability to be moved by an animal? For example, I was never used to, dogs or puppies or stuff like that, and we're in an ashram, by the way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And happy barks and plays and bites and nips, and we just love it because she's just brought so much happiness in the space. Now, not everyone is comfortable with an animal. Is it because they are forced to look at themselves from an area of unconditional love? What do you think?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that a lot of it is what you grow up with and what you're open to, and I think that one of the important things that we need to remember in our culture is that we used to be very deeply connected to nature and to animals. We as a human species relied very deeply on the earth and on our connection with the sky and with the ground and with the animals around us, and we've lost that to some extent, so that, some people, they're scared of dogs or, worry about being hurt or the dirt or things like that. And that doesn't need to be the way we live anymore. We can return back to the earth. We can return back to this source of wisdom for us. And, I think turning off your computer and your phone and going outside is a real source of solace and healing. And I think some of us have forgotten that. And I think, not everybody is a dog lover. Doesn't have to be a dog. It doesn't even have to be an animal. It could be a tree. It could be watching birds. I think there's healing everywhere. You just have to open yourself up to it.
I agree with that. You talk about seeing the world through your dog Bunker's eyes. Hopeful puppy wonder is what you call it. How did learning to treat Bunker with kindness and gentle understanding teach you how to be gentle with Julie?
Oh, such a great question. I didn't know how to practice self-love or self-care, but I most certainly knew how to do that with my dog, because he presented with simple requirements. He needed love, he needed safety, he needed exercise and food, and he needed to be outside, and I knew how to do that. And those simple requirements gave me a reminder, I have some simple requirements, and if I can fulfill these for this dog, which I felt entirely capable of, which felt like a miracle because I hadn't felt capable of anything for years, if I can do that for this dog, perhaps I can do that a little bit for myself. And also, he loved me, and I needed to be okay for him. I needed to be able to get up and go out. And so I was needed. I had a purpose. And that changed so much for me that I had a reason to get up in the morning. I had a reason to go outside and see what the sunrise looked like. Yeah, he taught me very much in that regard.
Lovely. I know what you mean. Happy has brought a lot of happiness to lots of folks here. Would you say that the way that we are to treat animals, it's actually the way that we're supposed to be treating ourselves and others, or is it just a different cup of tea? Because we have conditions, then it becomes where it's like justified, I don't have to treat you with that kind of an unconditional love, or is the animal telling us, this is the way I want you to treat every human being regardless?
I think it's the latter. I think if we go out into the world treating others and animals the way that animals approach us, we're all going to be so much happier and more peaceful, because what you bring to the world is what you get from the world. And, you know, when you get to a place in your heart where you can go out and meet everything with wonder and unconditional love and kindness, you're just going to have so much more of a peaceful time. And you're going to have love returned to you tenfold. And not all the time, but you get to see that what other people carry is not yours to carry. And what you carry is this beautiful learning that you've gotten from the natural world and from animals and from dogs in particular. I mean, they're miraculous creatures who, no matter what, are so thrilled to see us. So absolutely thrilled that we're here. It doesn't matter how we present ourselves or what we look like or, you know, how we smell or anything. They come to us with unconditional happiness. And what a miracle is that? And what a teaching is that? It's one of the biggest sources of joy in my life and in my family's life.
I can hear that. You know, your story is so personal, and it was at such a time in your life. Sometimes it's just difficult to go back to that place, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, to dive back down into that space that didn't give sorrow and then to write about it. How did that help you overcome certain things that you were still holding on to? In other words, what's the message that you hope your readers will take away from your book?
I would say that the message is that we don't always have to be happy, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to really feel your sorrow, because if you're feeling sorrow and you resist it, it gets bigger. There's this saying, what you resist persists. And so if you're fighting, I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to have a bad day. I don't want anybody to know what I'm feeling. Your sorrow grows in that darkness. But if you actually go to that place where your body and your mind and your heart are telling you to go, there's wisdom there. We've forgotten that there's wisdom in the darkness, and there is. And it's not going to last forever. This is a lie that we tell ourselves, that if we feel sorrow, we'll go there and we'll never come out. And that's not true. If we go there and we feel it and we give it what it needs, it dissipates. And that's what I discovered with my dog and with writing this book, is that when you go there, when you truly go to that place that you fear, to that dark place, and you think, okay, I'm going to go there and see what happens, and it's going to be okay. And it needs a little bit of exploration, because it's a dark place maybe, but you can go there, and when you get there, you may go, okay, I see why, or I see that it's not as bad as I thought, and you can give it its due.
Yeah. Remember that animated movie called Inside Out?
Yeah.
Award-winning. So powerful. You're donating 5% of your profits for the first year of the book's release to Wonder Dog Rescue. Could you tell us a little bit more about Wonder Dog?
Wonder Dog is a wonderful organization in San Francisco, and they go around to shelters, and there's so many organizations like this. They go around to shelters and find the dogs either that really need medical help or that nobody would choose or that might get overlooked, and they bring them into foster situations or into their shelter where it's a little bit less scary and cold, and help find them homes. And our current dog, named Jackson, is from Wonder Dog Rescue, and he's a very different kind of medicine. You know, we were talking earlier about different dogs and different people. I mean, Jackson is very different than Bunker, and Bunker is the dog in the book, and it's a different kind of medicine. He's teaching me patience and joy, and we're his fourth home, and he brings his own sorrow. So we're learning to understand, you know, what he needs.
You know, I like that, Julie. You know why? Because I believe that the human soul is the same. that we are carrying our stories inside of us. On the soul level, if you believe in birth and rebirth, and even just the current life, that we are carrying these sorrows and then looking at the quality that's needed to accommodate that process in which we are carrying certain things that we need some time to process that. But how important it is to have somebody who will be patient enough to just accommodate and accept that I get that. I get you. I know you need some time. It's all good. And that's where I think the powerful story of raising animals and dealing with animals are teaching us so much about the same qualities that are needed between man and man, you know?
Absolutely, no question. When you see it's clear when you see a dog put its tail between its legs and duck its head down and pull its ears back, you can see there's fear and there's sorrow, but humans are much better at hiding it. And humans are much better at saying they're fine when they're perhaps not entirely fine. And so we can learn from watching animals express themselves, you know, and because we can't hold it for that long where we pretend we're okay. It's going to come out somehow. And so it's that we're able to see it's okay to express sorrow and fear. It really is. It's important, actually.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Julie, thank you so much for sharing so warmly with our audience, and I definitely do love to amplify the good things that are happening in the world, and so please tell our listeners where they can find more information about you and your book, Dog Medicine, and leave me with one life quote that really moves your spirit to an altered, powerful state.
Beautiful. My website is byjuliebarton.com. It's byjulie, BARTON.com. And the book is called Dog Medicine. And a quote that I love and live by is a Maya Angelou quote. And it says, "You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody."
Wow, I love that. Gosh, I miss Maya, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, all right, Julie. Well, thank you so very much, and all the
Thank
very
you
best
so much.
your way. You're
Thank
welcome.
you very
Bye-bye.
much. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. So the same treatment that we find ourselves offering an animal, you're invited to offer that to your spouse, your teenage child, that sibling that you just can't get enough of in terms of getting off of your back. You are invited to offer that to your coworker or that supervisor that you consider to be so incompetent. Come on, we can do this. It's been thousands of years that we've been in the same boat. I think we can do it. We must be getting tired too. It's just incredible. You've been listening to America Meditating Radio, and hope you've enjoyed our conversation about how we're learning a lot from animals, and that was from our beautiful guest, Julie Barton. Remember, as we close every show here, no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission, and we are here to love each other the same. So let's do that. I'm going to end today's show with Holy, Holy by the Agape Orchestra. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.